So we are starting a completely new pathway on the Unity Learn site today. It's called the Creative Core, and it is much more in-depth and much longer than the Unity Essentials pathway that we just finished last 6 weeks. So like I said, we're ramping up in how many assignments you have, how much is expected of you to do during class, all that's going up. So again, I hope you're ready for that. There's going to be a lot more grades in the grade book as well. So today, the mission you're starting with is called Intro to Creative Core, or Introduction to Creative Core. And if we go back and look at the modules, you can see there are 4 tutorials you need to complete today. First one is called Welcome to the Creative Core Pathway. And we'll go let's see what that looks like. Okay, so they're just giving you an intro to what's going to be covered in this entire pathway. And remember, it goes pathway, and then inside of the pathway are different missions, right? So starting today, we are at the Intro to Creative Core. Then we'll be moving on to Shaders and Materials is a separate mission. Then Lighting, then Visual Effects, then Animation, then Cameras, then Post-Processing for the cameras, Audio, and then finally User Interface. I am going to be cutting out the very last mission, which is called Independent Prototyping Project, mainly because we don't have enough time to complete it, and I'm going to reserve that for my higher level classes. So we're going to be all the way through this except for the very last one. Okay, next tutorial we need to complete today is called Meet the Creators. And this is, again, some just details about certain artists and what their roles are. Kind of see what advice they give you. So make sure you watch the videos, mark them complete as you go along. Make sure you're signed into your Unity account in the upper right corner. Okay, so then your next assignment, the third one today, is called Select Your Guided Project. So as we go through this entire pathway, let me go back to that graphic here. As we go through all these missions, you're going to be continuing the same guided project all the way through it. So what that means is you're going to choose one of these pre-made projects. Let's go look at them real quick. Right here. So select your guided project. There are 3 different ones to choose from. And these are basically a scene that Unity has made for you. The first one is called Alien Video Game Shop. So it's literally a video game shop with aliens in it. The second one is called Beachside Town. So it's really just an island with a little town on it. And the third one is called Architectural Rendering. So this is more professional type thing where it's not a game, you're just rendering out architecture for a client. So I want you to choose one of these 3 pathways, one of these guided projects, and you're going to stick with that project through this entire 6 weeks, slowly adding all the different missions to it. Okay? So hopefully that made sense. There is a link to a design document for each different guided project. So let's go take a quick look at the alien one. It's just linked right under there, and that should actually download a PDF file for you. So this is printable if you want it. So in the design document, it gives you an overview of what you're trying to create, what your audience is, some concept art involving it, some inspirations from it. And then as you go through here, all the project requirements, as we go through each of these missions, this is what you're going to have to refer to add to your projects. That'll all make a little more sense as we go through it. Just realize that those are there, the links under the images on the Select Your Guided Project assignment, so you can get to it easy. Okay, so let's go look at their website for this assignment. Again, they kind of explain what a design document is. As always, make sure you're marking it complete as you go along. So you're going to decide which one of these three you're going to stick with for the whole 6 weeks. That's your main decision there. And then the last tutorial today is actually getting started with your guided project. And that is really just downloading these files and creating the new project successfully. There's nothing else you have to really add to it. You just want to create a new project via the instructions here on the assignment. Let's go look at that real quick. Yeah, so there's a zip file at the top of this last tutorial. You do need to download that zip file, and that's going to be a project folder that you open up. But again, they show you how to do that here in the assignment, so just follow it step by step. One quick note, and this is something I did not put on the assignment, so you have to listen. They're saying to install Unity 2022.3. You do not have to install anything, okay? Unity is already installed for you, so you can skip that part. But do make sure that you choose 2022 when you create the project, okay? You should have 2 versions of Unity installed in your computer, 2022 and 2021. Please make sure you choose 2022. You'll have a better time. In fact, it probably won't even work if you use 2021. Okay, there we go. So you can see that the template they want you to use, they go and talk to it, all the differences between the templates here. And you're going to want to use the universal render pipeline when you make your project. So they kind of walk you through that. Of what the difference is between the pipelines, but we're definitely going to focus on URP. Main reason is we're trying to publish our games on the web, on the internet. So that's why we're going to use the URP templates. Also to note, there are 2 different URPs templates in the Unity Hub. Let's go through that process real quick. Just make sure. Randomly pick somebody's computer here. Alan, I'm on your computer. Okay. So when you go to create a project, let's just dismiss that at the top. It's a new project. First of all, making sure 2022 is selected at the top. And you'll see there's a lot of options, and a couple of them say URP. What we want for this project, for the guided project, is the 3D sample scene URP. Okay? Not the 3D URP core, but the sample scene down here. So you have to download a template and, of course, name it something correct, like guided project. Maybe even more specifically, let's call it Creative Core Guided Project to desktop. There we go. So Alan's got that taken care of when he gets to it. Okay, so that's the last assignment today, is just to have your project created and choose which of those 3 guided projects you're going to stick with. It's not a good idea to jump back and forth between them, so try to make the decision today of which guided project you're going to go with.